Yourself, the investment for July is soliciting solitude. Why inner solitude? Your innate being craves it. It nurtures or feeds your soul so that a treasure box opens that's been hidden away. Solitude is a gateway to the divine, which opens us up to receive insights of our own spirit, so that life is a continuum of organic, natural states of bliss. If you're on the threshold of change or transformation, solitude is calling for you.
Hi, Lil.
This limited time investment of $88 is an investment in you. An inward journey of transformation awaits. Invest in you here at club.tonyad.tv/soliciting dash.
InShalla and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings. You might see good old Lily just jump up on the stage here. But my wish for you is to feel inner peace as we float into the waters of the moon, opening up the channels as water is a conduit for psychic impressions, cleansing our physical environment and also cleansing our emotional world. So when we begin to remove the toxic debris, the clutter that often surrounds us in those muddled waters, we make room for inner improvement, just letting go of the feelings that really disrupt our emotional field, our inner joy, the molecules of joy, the joy molecules, our peace. So we start to become clear about life. That emotional clarity, personal clarity becomes a day-to-day clear reality, just opening up our mind to feel differently. She's biting me. Think clearly even, and be a resource for our own inner heart, the star that I truly believe we are, and seeing the beauty of all aspects of life. For me, it's nature. Nature is my realm. It transpires. It's the beings in nature, listening to the sounds of the beings that surround nature, or just live in nature. Usually they're unseen. This morning I had some morning chats, the language of nature, the hummingbirds, the dragonflies, and my little hawk family, and more, right? So conversations in nature, the language of nature. Even Lily biting my toe, or Diddy talking because he's hungry. But things that inspire creativity, heartfelt laughter when surrounded by situations, people, events that authentically bring peace to our space and all the cracks in the in-between. So our heart knows that peaceful feeling, sensation streaming through our essence. Reminds me of the Eagle song, which I'll get to in a bit. Ow. She's biting me. That peaceful, loving feeling. But give your mind, our mind needs a job to do all the organization and tidying up the fine-tuning details. But the moon herself, the goddess, is in the season of Libra, working on balancing and harmonizing and creating fairness, just allowing us to open up to receive the peace, the inner streams of peace in our emotional waters today. So with that, welcome to the Daily Snippet. Once again, I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, a subtle energetic surgeon. If you want to know more about that, go to my tonyad.tv, my one-on-ones. But I do go with the term holistic Sha'medium. My intention is to utilize the power of these indigenous technologies, the elemental realms, our original divine blueprint, to navigate our soul's harmonic through the realms of the elements into this elemental highway with the beings there, into the imaginal realm through the shamanic portal, the cosmos and these subtle energies, and all the sauce, really, so much more, with rituals, offerings, and prescriptions to really add to your personal juice in your container, your vessel, your personal medicine, your inner genius prime directive, just to assist you in navigating your personal medicine, the star that you are, that I believe we all are authentically, just really reintroducing you to that magical being so your star shines and lights up even brighter than you really are. My name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. So with that, how does one feel peace? You know, emotions have their own language authentically. Emotions really are the original language, right? We don't need to talk or use words. Emotions show up organically. If you've ever, want to learn about emotions, watch little kids. They don't speak the emotion, they are feeling it. And as we often don't address our own inner feelings, their behavior shows within the emotion, especially with kids, whether they're fighting being tired or feeling annoyed that we woke them up, or from that deep wandering sleep, right? That's when they're in that imaginal realm of dreams and they're getting this fulfilling sensation of the unseen. So today, go ahead and give yourself a promotion, a heartfelt promotion, self-promoting, self-esteeming, if you will, while at the same time banishing all the fears, the false evidence affecting our personal reality streams, and allow your star, that vibrant energy, to stream in, just forfeiting or holding back, flicking away old habitual emotions, really activating the sacral, the center of peace within our harmonic of our energetic centers. So, how often do you bow in the mirror in the morning and welcome in the morning, like, good day to you, morning, thanking the sun, the clouds, the waters, all of nature, really, even the little beings, just seeing the bounty and the beauty of it all. So when we are mindful of our relation to ourselves, we organically feel ourselves open up to receive energy, feelings, frequencies, emotions, thoughts, and other unseen waveforms, and so much more, directly streaming into the core of our heart. So there's this magnitude, or like a magnetic sense of being in the silent reverie to listen to the sound of silence, just receiving the blessings, right? So the strength and also the ability to be vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable. I'm feeling a little emotionless, which is actually quite strange and yet peaceful simultaneously. I kind of coined that the other day, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. So when we stream from this place of peace, listening and tuning into our heart, the core of our essence, we then begin to pick up on the subtle, tiny, minute little energies. Thank you for that. The 90s. I'm actually feeling in my lioness self today with the hair. But back to my show. Picking up on the subtle, tiny, minute, little, even delicate, like a daisy, feelings in our physical world, whatever that looks like, and our daily surroundings, whether it's people, situations, events, things, etc., and so much more. Just normally these sensations, they go undetected. We don't pay attention to them. But being that we are in the season of the moon, the sensitive nature of the moon, the organic sensitive nature of the moon, this experience is like magnetic. It's magnified. It's even exaggerated and can be intense, like being louder, like a megaphone. And being that they are screaming out into the field, it's easier to distinguish one emotion from another. So with our relational center open, here, Lil, want to say hi? Lily is biting me. So with our emotional center open today, hey Squishy, just tuning into those sensations and situations in our day-to-day life that we're struggling with or working to improve within ourselves. You might have a high sense perception without judgment, with an open view to obtain spiritual guidance and understanding, just allowing us to know what our heart can live with and what it cannot live with. Simultaneously, just using this sensitive energy, our sacral, to weigh what's important to our heart, our relational channel, which we should all be in anyway, of what's fair, what's at odds, or what's even balanced, so we can find the soft spot, the in-between of what's fair, equal in this energetic field, if you will. So if you have yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel authentically, please do. Everything's Tonya D, right? But go ahead and hit the bell button so you're also notified. And just remember, a comment or a share is going to get you a message for your day to get you on your way. So that algorithm on YouTube will echo me out to other like-minded musers in the galactic universe who may also muse about insights of the other world, the world of spirit, the world of the elemental source. For me, it's the beings that are otherworldly, and really so much more. But you can also find me on other social platforms, streaming TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and my Musing with Tonya D podcast. But if your soul truly wishes to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, head on over to my Musing corridor. That is my digital library, my pie in the sky. It's where I have some amazing options to assist you, to guide you. I really am your shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer. But sometimes we need an otherworldly approach, a new perspective. So just a few announcements if you are new to my show. The Musing Moon meditation is on the highway. It's going to be a little bit bucky. It's the full buck moon, by the way. Having an emotional understanding and seeing things from a different perspective. You may feel like a grasshopper jumping around or a cricket. We have options. Plus some other worldly wonders. Be sure to listen and tag me if you do, of course, listen and you're listening. live. Oh, but I'm going to show you this just because I can. Yeah. Oh, good. I did that. Okay. Also, I do what's called cowrie shell divinations and candomblé voice, the beings of the other world. So these are the one-on-one divinations inspired by the voices of the other world, the beings there, whether it's an ancestor, the keepers of the wild, the fae, which are my favorite, spirit, source, stuff like that. And if you haven't heard of cowrie shell divinations or candomblé voice diviners, these are both unique methods that I utilize to address symptoms of adversity that we come up against and indigenous technologies or ways to resolve them. So the querent, that would be you or me if I'm doing it through Zoom, you go ahead and you move the shells to address the issue, and for a investment of $222 in yourself. I, as the diviner, you being the divine E, I then read the shells and offer insight, guidance, and specific prescriptions to remedy the adversity at hand. So being a modern day diviner, utilizing methods of the origin, the original cell, if you will, to transform adversity. And also for the month of July, isn't it time that you really did solicit your own inner solitude? This is an inward journey to solicit that inward aspect of yourself, solitude. And it's a peace-giving day. So it's our personal sacred garden, a place of creating sacred peace, coming to our own personal altar every day. So it's like, how often do we authentically invest in ourselves? Taking the time, reserving the space to connect with our chalice, the Holy Grail within us, our own personal Holy Grail. So solitude is a way to take us to this inner peace. And being that the energy for today is really sacred inner peace, it's at the hyper gate, just understanding and learning different ways to click in to this sacred space. It's like a finger click away. But it's an investment in ourselves to connect the links. They're all in the show notes, plus some bonus ones, to determine what your heart can live with in a balanced, peaceful way, like solutions that leave you with that peaceful, easy, loving feeling. So what resonates, or what are you feeling today? I've got Change Your Stars up here, Soliciting, Solitude, your inner solitude, or a cowrie shell divination. Comment in the show notes what's speaking to your feelings, and then I'll pull the message for the day as you muse about it. So with that, give me a minute here. This is hilarious. Oh, there we go. Hang on, I'm going to get rid of that. Get rid of it. Okay, there we go. We have a new energy for the month. We have a yin fire goat of a day. So this is candle in the earth instead of the winds. I'm really on a musical note today. But candle in the earth. This is a warming fire opposed to a raging fire. Did you actually notice the energy switch this morning when you got up? So it's at the end of the summer season. The goat, kindness, shy. Goats are shy, believe it or not. And I am a goat in the year. So I'm kind of shy, but not really. But the day, the yin metal rooster of a day, both yin energy. So this is an inward journey of a day, like going inward. So where the year is the outer world, what's happening outside of us. So our day is solid. The earth is dry in the goat month. It's a dominant energy. Earth and fire are still dominant, however, but the earth is dry. It's parched. It's a day where our metal is on the verge of breaking, which is kind of curious. But the yang water, this is inside too. The day is inner world because it's yin. But the yang water on the year, that's actually the first choice to remedy our day, to moisten the earth and polish up the yin metal. We could still use yang metal to produce more water and give support for our metally day. And the tiger, the wood tiger on the year, can control the earth. It doesn't need to be real strong. It's the goat, but that's also an asset. So it's going to feed the fire. The tiger feeds the fire. It's all moving around like a figure eight, kind of. But the dry earth, even more, which is already dominating our day. So the earth buries the yin metal and the fire will melt it. So we don't need more earth or fire. We need metal and water, mostly water, to bring the nourishment of our own inner peace in our garden. And the god of the year influencing our family lineage, the ancestor world. Again, this reaches out across the whole globe, if you will, the whole entire world, is the performer. And just remember, performers are natural. They're gifted they're gifted it, naturally performing. They're organic. So loving to be in the limelight or on the stage. And this efficiency of this energy is actually super high, but the performer's original talent is the performer, which I think I've said this before. This is like Elvis Presley, Jim Morrison, natural performers, Frank Sinatra, Jackie Chan, and Michael Keaton, of all people. They have this super talent. But being that the cosmic energy is about inner peace, and so is our elemental world, I would definitely ground into the waters, ground into your emotional foundation, bringing yourself inner solitude and inner peace in your day-to-day reality. Okay, with that, as we're moving right along, which did you choose? Which options are you willing? Change your stars, or are you called to solicit your inner solitude? Or are you in need of addressing a situation, a one-on-one, a cowrie shell divination? So which did you choose? And again, these are all of, or some of my offerings that I have on my online venue. If you have visited club.tonyad.tv. But if you chose Soliciting Solitude, the message for your day comes from Justice, number 11. So this is about loving ourselves and loving ourselves some more, spiritual integrity, being in integrity. But this is also the energy of the moon, being in Libra, balancing those emotions. So when we love ourselves in our inner world, we can add more love to that. We then are in alignment, integrity with our feelings. So this definitely is a Soliciting Solitude pick for the day. But Justice, this is like the natural law. It's balance, it's karma, it's truth and wisdom, it's legal matters, fairness, cause and effect, being objective or having an objective perspective, mountaintop point of view, being accountable. And I'm sure, I probably said this message before, but this is about asking us to learn from our past experiences, the good, the bad, and the shifty ones. Just taking it all in, growing and learning. It's not about perfection, but it's more about being honest and being fair. Clarity is highlighted, being clear about what motivates us, our authentic intentions. It's asking us to be realistic about the cause and the effect, because they always are in the flow of our thoughts and also our actions, and seeking balance through growth and being positive, and even seeing the shadows, learning from all the different angles and those different parts of us, inside of us and outside. So it's like, is your current situation kind of impartial as you reframe the reality of it, working to remove any negative emotional charge from that equation? And if fear is causing you to act in a way that you're not so proud of, seeking a variety of perspectives before judging another person's actions to be good or bad, and the ability to discern the difference. And the only true path ahead of us is not one that's necessarily black or white. That's the crown center. But it is always, always, always one of love, the oneness field. So align yourself with the good karma, knowing that it's delightfully loving, always is. And it can be literally the most motivating of teachers. So that's kind of curious, I must say. Okay, so who chose number 7? 7. You get the Chariot. I said that out loud. Cowrie shell divinations. You get the Chariot, number 7. 7 is what it literally takes us to heaven, right? 7 and 11, we got both. So this is spirit energy, energy of spirit, spirit to matter, source, the other world, our intuition. But this one, being otherworldly, is actually having a lack of energy or an energetic focus, lack of self-discipline, feeling like we're going in the wrong direction or heading backwards fast, a tendency to even speed past the needs of the others because we're selfish. The universe usually constantly is giving us opportunities to become the person we wish to be or want to be. So this really is a magical time for taking that inspired action, pushing ahead, possibly with willpower, determination, and in doing so, knowing we're always going to get there. So just remember, inaction is the same as deciding to stay still. So the Chariot is reminding us that while we're on our way to the goal, we still need to make decisions about the best foot forward, the path to take. So if you're feeling pulled in 2 directions, we'll say 2 different directions, just know that you're going to be able to spin the wheels on both of these energies towards the same target, just moving ahead without paying attention to your path. Sometimes that can be harmful to other people that are in our way. So it's ideal to take care not to trample your way up the mountain on top of other people. So choose the thing you really authentically want, focusing your efforts, to move more swiftly. And if you're not sure what your path is, your direction, then it's time to really take some actions to create some plans, align your goals, and spark those inner star dreams, if you will, bringing them to life. So it's time to choose who we are becoming, running towards it with like conviction and consistent motion, like energy and motion. Yeah, energy and emotion is what I'm kind of filling in on that one. Okay, who chose change your stars? We all need to change our stars sometimes, right? To be the star that we authentically are. You get the wheel, which is awesome. Number 10. So you cannot make this stuff up. So this too is loving ourselves and creating a sacred foundation, a sacred space to love ourselves and trust ourselves. So when we love and we trust ourselves, then things become manifested in the physical realm, manifestation. So this really is bringing heaven into earth to manifest in this dimension. But the wheel herself, the goddess, standing on top of what I would call a sacred shape, it kind of reminds me of the runes, the Viking runes, the mandalas, sacred geometry, the metal signs and the sigils. You can see all that in there. I don't know why, but sigils. I'm all about sigils lately. But this is changes. It's fate. It's destiny. It's getting a lucky break. Cycling up through our karmic lessons, the chaos of creation, the drama points even. So even a turning point, if you will, maybe you're feeling a little serendipitous. I wanted to say serenity. Serendipitous, like otherworldly. So this is like an awakening for us to literally get ready for our sweet soul sister, if you will, inside the soul. For the will, it's about to gift us a divine blessing, an otherworldly blessing. So this is like synchronicities in preparation and progress, and it's happening or beginning to happen. So look for those wonderful new otherworldly opportunities that move us forward like a splash of water in life, bringing us forward. So just being prepared for those fortunate meetings, or even a new path, a fork in the road that are going to change everything for the better. So if you're open to spotting an opportunity, it's yours for the taking, and just follow those little breadcrumbs of serendipity and fate towards the happy ending, towards the celebration. And just remember that the wheel is always spinning, cycling through time and space, just like nature. Things are never the same as they were before. And just learning to enjoy this constant regeneration, and knowing that with every spin of the wheel, we have the chance to really cycle upwards towards our own expansion, our own enlightenment. So trying to control the outcome of the Wheel of Fortune would really prove impossible. So just don't do it. I'd go grab your dice, spin the wheel, and see what's really out there, all the beauty of a lifetime, all of the experiences, and just waiting for life to spring forward to be lived. And just in doing so, just know in doing that, we allow the transformative energies of faith, God, universe, to assist us and expand our experience. So this is like the unexpected becoming manifested, or if you win the lottery, inherit $1 million. So it's like the universe is opening it up, these channels where we will be transformed, we will be different. So it's kind of that kind of energy, if you can feel the difference, if that makes sense. So with all the messages of the day, the frequencies and the elemental, it really is a day to restore our feelings to a peaceful, easy feeling. Remember that song, The Eagles? So just releasing ourselves from the burdens that are really throwing us off balance, especially in our inner world, all that yin energy. So if you've been in the forces of adversity, maybe you've suffered from an unhealthy, out of balance situation in life, today truly is the best day to restore the balance, reconcile the field, the auric field, from the sacral. And it really doesn't matter where it's at, whether it's a relationship, whether it's in the body, any situation, event, your environment even. You can use your heart to determine the solution, finding the solution that brings that peaceful, easy feeling to your day. So I'd be soliciting my inner solitude myself. So with our sacral and our throat center online, self-expression comes to peace. So you could use both orange, you could use blue as far as colors. You could bring down the seed sounds, the throat center, the hum, your sacral, or the other way around even. Bring in the bomb to your voice, emotional voice, but bring in the sound of metal as well, definitely. And water, I would probably do both. I don't know. I'm feeling the water, kind of the metal. I'll probably do both. But you have options. The sounds are in the show notes. I'm going to leave that up to your own creativity because that is part of the throat center and the sacral together. And as a bonus offering to layer upon the message of your choice, Candy Rocks, because you commented earlier, I pulled, oh, went ahead of myself. Where are you? Nope, hang on. I put something somewhere. Oh, good Lord. Hang on. This is getting hilarious. I cracked myself up. Hang on 1 second. I took the image and then didn't put it up there. So let's see what happens. Bing bong. It's going to do the whole thing. Okay, well, it's a little large, but this is for you. This is hilarious. Hit the wrong button. The King of Swords. This is an extra message for you. So swords are messages. It's communication. It is yin metal. It's being specific in our words. The voices inside of us. The King of Swords, just kind of layering on top of your choice message. This is intelligence. It's logic. It's rules. It's laws. It's clear thinking, a strong communicator or leader or both. It's truth and proof, the proof in the pudding. Spiritual truths, hand on heart, left hand, and ask the truth question, like the intuitive truth serum, if you will, left hand on your heart. Blending of the mental and the spiritual pursuits. It's bravery, it's courage. So you can see that our king, he's wise. He's got all that gray hair, right? He's intelligent, he's diplomatic. So this king literally leads with facts and rationale, scientific principles, the logical mind. And he has an affinity for rules and thoughts. So he's suggesting finding an impartial kind of clarity before you take your next step. Even though he always is seeking the data, the information, the proof in the pudding, he also knows that blending these experiences with inventiveness or innovation, or blending intelligence with emotional and spiritual energies, allows for more well-rounded success. It's like both channels, right? The gift and the servant working together. So really be courageous in the pursuit of your path, finding your own methodical, confident authority by knowing the way rather than just feeling the way. And I know you're a feeler, so you got to blend both of those rivers to make those intelligent, wise decisions about your future. So with all of that, I would affirm I am releasing unhealthy situations and energies from my peaceful soul garden. And for sure, listen to the eagles today and make it a peaceful, easy feeling kind of a day, streaming it in. Okay, now with that, I think I did it. I'll see you on the other side.